Hi Flosstube, my name's Mel and this is my little corner of the internet, my channel Patchy Pony Stitcher. This is a channel about cross stitching, chatter about my ponies and other crafts when they come along. So welcome if you're new, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back to visit with me. It has been a little while since I've visited, 2 months to be exact, but that is winter. I've been head down bum up stitching, lots of other good things during winter, but speaking of winter, we are on our way out of it. Thank goodness spring is definitely popping its head around the corner. We've got the daffodils and the jonquils popping up, the chickens are back on the lay, and the horses are shedding their coats. That is always a good sign that spring is on the way, when you get covered in horsehair from a little pat and a groom. So what have I been up to? This is potentially going to be a short video because I have been working monogamously on one stitch. I have a granddaughter due in 2 weeks' time, which I am super excited about, and I have just wanted to stitch on her gift that I'm making her. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to be finished by her birth, hoping by Christmas. I've also been doing some fully finishes and planning for ABC Singo that's coming up in September. So let's start with the finishes that I'm going to show for you. I've got 3 today. You would have seen them finished, 2 of them finished in my last video as finishes. 1 I have finished in between my 2 videos and fully finished. So I'm going to start first of all with this guy. This is called Springtail Featherspray Threadwork Primitives. Now sorry for the glare. So I just did this on a 32 count linen that I just dunked and dunked and dunked again until I was happy with the fabric. I do talk about the actual threads in my previous video if you're interested in those, but I just wanted to show you how this finished up in this little gold frame that I found at the charity store, $2, and I bought it with the intention of potentially spray painting it. But I think the gold looks lovely as it is, and I'm really happy he fitted in there perfectly. So that's just a 6x4 frame, and couldn't be happier with how that one turned out. Little pop of beautiful turquoise colour. So happy with how that one was. The next one is a part of my decor for St. Patrick's Day. And this is on a really loose linen, and I didn't leave myself much border, so I really wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. So I have put it on just an easel that I've picked up at the local craft store. And all I did for this was put some interfacing on, and I've actually just folded it and then glued it on to this blackboard with this adhesive felt strip that I picked up at a different craft store. I can't really remember. So it wasn't really suitable for a pillow because it was too big, and I didn't really particularly want to frame it, and the linen was really loose. I think it's a 32 count natural linen, and I just picked my own colours for that one, but I'm happy with how that's come along because it will give my St. Patrick's Day decor display a little bit of height, whereas I've only got little pillows currently. So happy with that one. Now the third one I'm going to pop in a video because I want to show you a little bit more than just being held. So I'll pop that in here for you. So this is my finish number 3. I couldn't be more thrilled with it. It is the day 3 of 12 Days of Christmas by Liz Matthews in the tree shape. So this one is filled with polystyrofoam and then mounted on a stand. I've done this particular one on 25 count 2/2 with all the DMC. So I'm using DMC throughout the whole 12. I've only done 3. I'll show you the back. Unfortunately, it's got a glue dot on it, which I didn't notice, and I wasn't able to wipe it off. However, it's on the back. So star fabric to match in. I might even give it a dab with water because it's water-based glue, just a craft glue. So that is the 3 turtle doves. Now to give you an indication of the size, these patterns are all the same. I've chosen to do them on different fabric counts because I want to mimic a forest. So we've got our 2 turtle doves, 32 count linen, 2/2, And then I've got 20 count Ada 1/2, which is your partridge in a pear tree. I am so thrilled with how these guys look together as a trio. So I've got number 4 to come. I don't know what size I'm going to do that yet on, because I cannot start that until my next retreat, which is not till May, being the Stitches Merchant. I start these at retreats. So I've done this one daisy chain. This one was Stitch in Times Halloween, and then Stitches Merchant retreat. So they've sort of got a bit of a memory that goes along with them as well. But how cute are they? So happy with them. I am just so wrapped with how they turned out, and I'm really looking forward to doing day 4. I've actually got to get the PDF for that one. Now, PDF I don't usually tend to go for, but I went, and it was my birthday in July, and I treated myself and bought myself an iPad. And the main reason for that is because I wanted to use either a pattern keeper or Markup XP. And because I've got an Apple phone and so forth, I decided on the iPad, and I did my 2-week trial of Markup XP, really enjoyed it for someone who hasn't used that type of program before, and I subscribed. It's a yearly subscription. Love it or hate it, but that's what worked for me. And I have had so much fun with working digitally now. And I think I will potentially try and buy PDFs, even not for full coverage, even the smaller ones. I am struggling a little bit getting my existing paper patterns into Markup XP if there's multiple pages for the one pattern. So if you are you're savvy with your Markup XP and know how to put it all into one document, that would be I'd love to hear from you for some tips and tricks there. But otherwise it's just a matter of page by page, which is fine. That still works, but I haven't really delved into that side of it because I've been so monogamously working on my little cowgirl. Now, when I bought the chart, I bought it and printed it off because I was a paper pattern girl and did quite a bit, which I showed you my start on that last video. And then I bought the iPad, but for the life of me, I couldn't find what I did with the PDF. So I messaged the eBay seller, it's X Stitch by Stitch on Etsy, and kindly asked if she could resend it for me as a PDF, which so graciously she did. So I was really thrilled to have such good communication from an Etsy seller. So let me show you where I'm up to with my full coverage. I've pretty much been working on this for the last 18 weeks. A little bit of the finishing this guy off just so I could get him finished for Christmas, but really I haven't touched anything else other than maybe half an hour here and there on something just to refresh the palette after a page finish. So I'm going to pop in my separate video here of little cowgirl. So this is my monogamous stitching that I'm so excited to be doing for my wee little granddaughter that is due any day now. And I just can't stop working on it. I don't want to put it down. So this is the model photo by Stitch X by Stitch. You can find her on Etsy, and there's actually a full set of these little cowgirls in all different outfits. This was my choice of my favorite one. And this designer has been amazing with communication, which I'll go into after this. So this is the cover photo. This is what you saw last time. So this was 2 months ago. So this is how far I have now got on this in the last 2 months. And I couldn't be happier. I feel like she's progressing so well. I'm not obviously going to get it done before the birth, but I am hoping to now get it done before Christmas. So I put this in markup, but because I'm not doing the background, it doesn't give me a true indication of how far I've come along. But absolutely wrapped with how my little cowgirl is coming along. I unfortunately I'm probably a little bit short on the bottom, but I will frame her tightly so she will be walking on the frame, so you'll more see it like that. So this is on 16 count Ada using DMC, And this is all I want to work on. I don't want to actually work on anything else. I am really enjoying this stitch. Every moment I get to stitch on it, I'm thinking about my granddaughter and the future. I cannot wait. I'm so happy with how she's coming along, and I just feel like it's zooming, which is great because it's really enjoyable to see progress, especially in a full coverage, even though I'm not doing the background. So hopefully when I see you again, we'll see another big chunk of her done. I think the hair, the wispy hair, is going to be a little bit tricky to try and define that between the background and the foreground, but I'm sure I'll be able to nut that out. So my future plans, the little cowgirl, but ABC Singo is coming up, and that is I like my games. Before I was more monogamous, I was doing a lot of the weekly challenges where it was 300 stitches on this, and then you'd take a photo before and after. I did enjoy doing that for a long time, and then I did do Bringo, I think that was in June, I can't remember, but I really enjoyed that too. So I thought I'd give ABC Singo a go. So I'll pop in a video here of where my plans are with that. So my future plans for September is to participate in the AB Singo coming up in September with Seazook Stitch and Robin Birdseye Stitching, I think it is. They do this quite regularly, and I did the last one for Bringo and it was so much fun. And what you do is you have a bingo board like this, and it's got 35 spots, but only 25 spots will actually be called. So you're not guaranteed on getting a blackout, and you're not guaranteed on getting a stitch. Not every project will be called. So what I've got here is my A to Z, and then they've got 1 to 9, and for 1 to 9 they're motifs on a design. So the rest are 100 stitches, and then you've got 1 motif, 2 motifs, right up to 9 motifs. So I tried to get as many of my current whips into this as I could, and then I have filled the others with new starts. So potentially I might have some new starts, potentially I might not. So looking forward to doing this while I'm also still doing my full coverage, but I will show you the new starts that I have planned just in case they get called. So the first one is V for Visitor, which is, I'm going to zoom this in a little bit. So these are sorry guys. So these are ones where I couldn't match anything because I like to use either the title of the design or the designer incorporating into the A to Z for this one. And so it makes, rather than using the letter for something in the booking, in the chart. I can tell I've been thinking about work. Okay, so we've got V for Visitor as a potential start. We've got Indigo Lane by Brenda Gervais and I for India. I've had this for ages and I love it. So I do have, well, I hope all of these come up because they're all ones I've been wanting to stitch. So I for Indigo Lane. Then I've got Stacey Nash's N for Nash, the Spring Chicken Keep. Love this, it is huge. My Y, I picked Yonder by Hello from Liz Matthews. K for Kogut, Remember Me. Really can't wait to start this one because I've got the Vicky Clayton silks ready to go, which I got at my recent retreat. So K for Kogut, and then a hard one, always Z. So I've got Zelda's Hearts from Mojo Stitches, which was from the Hearts for Pam package that I got with the designs. So other than that, the rest of my prompts are all pre-existing whips. So I might get all of these as new starts. I might get one. I might get none of them because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's only 25 calls and 35 prompts. So who knows, but looking forward to playing with that game in September. So a few new starts on the horizon there. Hopefully next video I'll have a big chunk of little cowgirl done and be able to show you some new starts. I might even do a little bit of a daily vlog just to keep track, because most of the whips that I already have that are in the bingo board may only appear once or if twice. So it might be easier for me just to do a before and after and collate them all together. Now I know this is a short video. I'm sorry guys, I just don't have a lot to share with you because it's been the one project pretty much, and I think I've gone back into my baking and cooking era. We seem to be empty nesters lately, and I've just been, you'd think you'd be doing that more so when you've got a full house, but all of a sudden I've gone back into doing homemade pastas, and also like homemade pasta and then homemade pasta sauce to go with it, and the sourdoughs, and I think I just got less housework to do with less people, so I've got more time to do the fun stuff. So I've been having a lot of fun back in the kitchen again. Haven't been riding a huge amount because one, it's winter, but also two, because I've had 3 ear surgeries. In my last video I talked about how I had a melanoma on the tip of my ear, which I had to have quite a large chunk of my ear removed, and over the last couple of months I've had some reconstruction on that ear, which I'll probably potentially do an Instagram post shortly, just to draw awareness to melanomas once it's healed sufficiently. But that does prevent me from riding because the helmet is sitting quite close to my ear and irritates it, and I will not ride without a helmet. So I have been doing a lot of playing with the ponies on the ground, but I haven't been doing a lot of riding. I do have a few clips for you after the video at the end of some rides that I managed to squeeze in before that sweet spot where the ear was healed enough and before I went back into surgery. So I'll pop some videos in here of the ponies if you're interested, but otherwise I will be seeing you hopefully a lot sooner than what it's been since the last 2 months, and a bit more spring, bit more warmth, and for you guys in the northern hemisphere maybe cooling down a little bit. But I look forward to speaking to you guys soon. Bye. Good girl. On your mark. On your mark. Good girl. On your mark. Keep going. You're not on it yet. Good girl. Keep going. On your mark. On your mark. Oh, good girl. Good.